I wanted to come out here. Now, don't be offended when I say this. I don't want to hurt anybody's feeling, because I want to see what a black conservative looked like. See, now, I can understand Milton Friedman being a conservative. I can understand Monroe being a conservative. I can understand all the white conservatives in this room. But when I see Walter Williams standing up there talking this conservative talk, talking about deregulating and getting rid of the environmental problems, but you can't talk like they talk unless you've gotten something already. And they don't sound like they're saying, I've got mine, you get yours. Dan Smith sounds rational. But the moment they told me that I was going to play a part and you were going to solve the problems over this weekend of capitalism in the world, I had never really been that closely identified with capitalism. I'd always sort of been on the outside until I got lucky when I left public office and put some things together. But if you were going to solve all of these problems, I ought to be here. Well, I'm here, and you haven't solved all of the problems. You're talking in the same way the Democrats talk. You misinterpret what has happened. Look, your man won. He won the election. But you have to ask yourself, was it really a landslide, or did Carter lose it? Was it a vote against Carter, or a vote for Reagan? Now, I want you to believe there was a vote for Reagan because he has won. And I really believe it was a vote. It was a positive vote for him. The question is, do you have such a mandate that you don't need to do, as someone suggests, they reach out? How are you going to get, if you want black people with you? Is it going to be by talking far to the right? Is it going to be by talking to the center? And I agree with you, don't go back to the left. There were a lot of those programs that were bad. And I know that as you look at those programs, the various poverty programs, such as Social Security, such as Boeing, such as Lockheed, Chrysler, help us either improve our condition in the ghetto, help us improve our schools so we don't need to be bused, help us improve our housing so that we're willing to stay there, help us do for ourselves. What do we want? We want everything anybody else has. Are we willing to work for it? Yes. How can you help? Those of you who are going to control, those of you who are going to influence the next 4 years in our country. You can invest in minority enterprise. I believe in capitalism. I said earlier that I believed in capitalism. And you've got, ladies and gentlemen, the finest. I have become convinced. I've not yet converted, but I've become convinced, as I've attended this session over this weekend, that you have the potential here among you to exercise a kind of influence that 4 years from now, those of us who are Democrats will say that the Republicans did better by blacks than the Democrats did.